Hey, what's up, Artifact clones and fellow Web3 peeps? Just want to make a quick video to show you guys just how easy it is for me to create these AI images that I'm spitting out on my Twitter. And so I want to introduce you, give you a basic introduction to the UI I use and the name of it and just how I just go about creating these images. So this is ComfyUI. This is a web-based interface that I'm using. I've had it installed for a while. They do have a newer version, however, that does install just by itself as a standalone program, so you can actually install that, not have to worry about all the Python dependencies and things like that. So eventually I'll go ahead and create a video on how to install that or go through the install process and importing a UI. But in the meantime, we'll just work with what we already have. So if you just installed ComfyUI, you may have just a blank screen, or you may have just a basic UI, which is not ideal if you want to be able to do the things that I've been, doing. However, Comfy actually makes this pretty easy. And so what we could do, we can actually take an image that has been generated by ComfyUI in the form of a PNG, or we could take the JSON file and we could just drag that in. So let me demonstrate how that works. So this image right here, I'm going to go ahead and drag this PNG file in, and there you go. So that's one of the amazing things about it, is that the workflow itself is embedded within the PNG image, which is really, really awesome. It's probably stripped out by the time you get it uploaded to social media, but for files that are on your local hard drive, it makes it, pretty easy. So with that being said, I'm going to show you just how I go about making my changes. So this is basically where I prompt. This top part is if I'm using a dynamic prompt. So right now I just have it just, fixed to where it just stays the same. And then I have my different styles attached. So that way I don't have to remember all these different styles, for how I want the image to look. Same thing with this part right here. I could choose from a list of different artists and, movie styles and things like that. So some models will recognize those artists and some don't. I really don't use these too often. I'm more along the lines of using these. This is where I choose my main model, which is the Flux, dev. And then this is where I load in my LoRa, for the, I almost said Animus, I'm sorry, for the artifact, clones. And the only one I've trained right now is just the Cyber Dread trait. So I trained around 20 to 25 of those, but I'm hoping to expand upon that with help from, other, creators in the community, especially to get like different angles so they're not just looking to the right and stuff like that. So, but let me give you a good example of how I go about just finding inspiration. So I'll go through and just look for images. So you can see this one seems kind of familiar in the aesthetics. And there you go. So, well, let's choose another one from scratch here. Let's see. I just want to find like a really cool one that I think will really flow well with an Animus, clone. Here, let's try this one. And let's see if they have a prompt. Yeah, so they do have a prompt there. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that prompt. Come back into ComfyUI. Let me zoom out and then zoom back in. And I'm going to paste my prompt right here. And then what I'm going to do is, since I have a keyword of Cyberdread that activates that LoRa, I want to find a good spot where I want to put Cyberdread. So we'll say here a symmetric portrait of a Cyberdread female. So let me see if there's anything else that refers to hair, because I want the model itself to take over. All right. So I think that's good enough. We'll go ahead and queue that up. And I can also preview this while it comes in, as you can see here. So I'll go ahead and pause the recording and we'll show the final result when it's done. Okay, and we're back. And I went ahead and just generated 3 variations of it. The exact same prompt, but the main difference I made between those 3 is that they have different strength on the model. So I had one at like 75%, the other one like around 40-50%, and then the last one being at 60%. So that way the model has more strength against the main model and kind of strengthens the artifact look that I actually trained. So again, you can actually diminish this a bit if you need to, so you can kind of see how that makes a difference. So that's how easy it is for me to spit these out. I mean, once the workflow is built and you got everything installed, it's just easy going from there. So that's why I really wanted to share this with the community, and share the lore that I train, which that's going to be a little bit more complex. But, like I said, I want to go ahead and take care of that part so the community doesn't have to. And, or if you want to learn how to train lures, I am more than happy to show you. So I hope that helps. And I hope that kind of kickstarts some imaginations out there as far as realizing just how easy it is to run these AIs. This is something that runs completely local on my machine. It's not a cloud-based. It's not a cloud-based UI, and it's also free. I mean, like I said, this is open source stable diffusion. It's really awesome. I don't pay a penny for this. I just run it on my NVIDIA, 3090 card, and I just crack a lack at it all day. Sorry for making up a new word on you. So yeah, I hope that helps, and I hope that sparks some interest. And I'll be sure to post some tutorial videos on actually how to install ComfyUI. But in the meantime, there's plenty of videos on YouTube on not only installing ComfyUI, but the basics of creating a workflow and what a lot of these nodes, do. So it's basically node-based, programming, which is awesome because you can get the AI to do just about whatever you want it to do. So it's really amazing. So, all right, stay tuned, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Got to get back to work.